Now our next question asks us to take some information, put it into a two-way table, and then also prove that events are not independent, not mutually exclusive, and then to perform a calculation. So what we've got here, we've got the probability of A equals 0.6, A intersection B equals 0.2, and the probability of not B is 0.45. We can put that into a two-way table here. So probability of A is 0.6, so A gives 0.6. 0.2 for A intersection with B, A intersection with B 0.2, and not B 0.45, so not B 0.45. Now, we can just add values up as we go. So 0.2 to make 0.6 has got to be 0.4. To make 0.45, it's got to be 0.05. To make 1, it's got to be 0.4. To make 1, this has got to be 0.5. So then this will be 0.35. Now, for the first one, for events to be independent, we know that the probability of A times the probability of B has got to equal the probability of A intersecting with B. So if they're independent, this happens. Let's check. Probability of A is 0.6 times probability of B, which is 0.55. That ends up being 0.33. If we check our table, the probability of A intersecting with B is 0.2. Given that these two are not equal, it is not independent. Circle the whole thing. It's not independent because these two are not equal. Now, to prove that events are not mutually exclusive, what we want to show that the probability of A plus the probability of B equals the probability of A union B. We're running out of space there, but we'll sort that out. So that's what we're trying to show here. So if events are mutually exclusive, then there's no overlap. If there's no overlap, well, they can't happen at the same time. The probability of A plus the probability of B is equal to the probability of A union B. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking to check this. So we'll say probability of A plus the probability of B. It's this what we're going to do. So probability of A is 0.6 plus probability of B is 0.55. 0.55. That gives us 1.15. Now, we can always determine the probability of A union B using the law of addition. So, probability of A union B equals the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A intersecting with B. So, over here, probability of A is 0.6 plus probability of B, which is 0.55 minus A intersecting with B, 0.2. This gives us 0.95. Now, 0.95 and 1.15 are two different things. Therefore, because these two are not the same, we say that the events are not mutually exclusive. Okay, for the last part, part C. Part C asks you to calculate not A union not B. And you do that using the law of addition. And it tells you to do it. So it tells us that the probability of A, or not A, plus the probability of not B minus the probability of not A, not B will give us that. So from our two-way table, probability of not A is 0.4. Probability of not B is 0.45. Minus the probability of not A and not B is 0.05. So we end up with 0.8.